So when the leader of the opposition in India accuses the Election Commission of manipulating elections and backs his claim with proof, we need to pause and ask the question, is he right? We need to ask the Election Commission if he is right. And that is what we will do today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the epicenter of Rahul Gandhi's vote chori volcano is Bangalore. And so today, he took his quote-unquote atom bomb there. He essentially has repeated his claim, which simply put is this. He says that 6 months of investigations by his team have shown that the BJP won central Bangalore in 2024 because of cheating. He claims that of the 7 assembly segments in the constituency, the Congress won all of them, won 6 of them, except 1. That assembly segment was Mahadevapura. Now, upon investigations, he says, he found that 1 lakh fraud voters voted from here, and all of them voted for the BJP. And this is what propelled the BJP to win central Bangalore. He has also explained how this fraud took place. Take a look.
चुनाव में 6,50,000 वोटर थे, उसमें से 1 लाख चोरी के थे। अब मैं आपको 5 उदाहरण देता हूं। ये देखिए गुरकीरत सिंह डांग, इसका नाम 4 अलग अलग बूथों पे आता है। ये कैसे हुआ और क्यों हुआ? एक और उदाहरण, विशाल सिंह, वाराणसी में वोटर लिस्ट में नाम है और बेंगलोर में 2 बार वोटर लिस्ट में नाम आता है। क्या ये वाराणसी में वोट कर रहे हैं या बेंगलोर में वोट कर रहे हैं या दोनों जगह वोट कर रहे हैं? एक और उदाहरण देखिए, हाउस नंबर 0। तो आपने कभी सुना है हाउस नंबर 0? हमने तो नहीं सुना था, मगर बेंगलोर में हजारों हाउस नंबर 0 हैं वोटर लिस्ट पे। हाउस नंबर 35 की कहानी सुनिए। छोटा सा घर है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा 4 लोग रह सकते हैं, मगर इस 35 में 80 लोग वोटर लिस्ट में रजिस्टर्ड है। ये ईआरओ ने कैसे अप्रूव किया, क्यों अप्रूव किया, पता लगाना है। अच्छा, अब ये देखिए वोटर लिस्ट, इनकी फोटो देखिए, या फोटो है ही नहीं या फिर छोटी छोटी फोटो है तो दिख नहीं सकती। इन वोटर आईडीज पे वोट दिया गया है। अब मैं आपको बताता हूं शकुन रानी की कहानी। फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर बनी है, 70 साल की आयु है। एक बार फॉर्म 6 का प्रयोग किया और उसके कुछ ही महीने बाद दूसरी बार फॉर्म 6 का प्रयोग होता है। 2 बार इनका नाम वोटर लिस्ट में आता है और फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर की लिस्ट में आता है। ये फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर हो ही नहीं सकती। तो क्या शकुन रानी जी ने वोट किया या किसी और ने शकुन रानी जी के लिए वोट किया? ये ही छुपाने के लिए सीसीटीवी का डेटा हमें नहीं दिया जा रहा है। और ये शकुन रानी जी अकेली नहीं है, ऐसे हजारों लोग हैं जिन्होंने फॉर्म 6 का प्रयोग करके 2-3 बार वोटर लिस्ट में नाम डाला है।
Ladies and gentlemen, the charge is clear then. 1 lakh votes were stolen from the Congress by the BJP under the not-so-watchful eye of the Election Commission. Now, one mind-boggling example that Rahul Gandhi has shared is a house, a room actually, house number 35, from which 80 people were registered as voters in this assembly segment. Was that really the case? Best to find out. So Times Now's Imran Khan went to house number 35 and did a fact check. He in fact spoke to the person who lives in the house. This is what he found.
Here at the house number 35 at Munirapi Garden at Mahadevapura Assembly constituency, where Rahul Gandhi has alleged that in this 10 by 15 square feet house belongs to Jairam Reddy, who is Rahul Gandhi has alleged is a BJP worker, and they claims that 80 voters have been listed from this particular property. In this small property, you can see this is the house where Rahul Gandhi has alleged that 80 voters have been listed here. Currently, as you can see, there's one person who's staying here. आपका नाम क्या है सर?
मेरा नाम दीपंकर सरकार।
दीपंकर सरकार। और आप कब से यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं?
मैं 1 महीना हुआ इधर आया।
क्या काम करते हैं आप? डिलीवरी बॉय हैं। और आपको कितने दिन से मतलब आप यहाँ वोटर आपका यहाँ आईडी यहाँ पर है?
मेरा वेस्ट बंगाल में, मेरा सब कुछ वेस्ट बंगाल में है।
तो राहुल गांधी बोल रहे हैं 80 वोटर्स यहाँ पर हैं इस पर।
ये छोटा सा रूम पे ठीक है कि कैसे 80 लोग रह सकता है, वही बात है।
पता इसी का दिया है ना?
हाँ, वो तो मैंने कल ही जाना, मुझे
यहाँ
पता
पर
चला।
पार्टी वाले आए थे? कोई किसी पार्टी के, कांग्रेस से?
नहीं, वो पार्टी वाला तो कोई आया नहीं था, कोई नहीं आया।
कोई इधर पार्टी वाला नहीं, इसके बारे में आपको पता नहीं? So this is the place where you're seeing right now. As I show you visuals, this is place where Rahul Gandhi has alleged that 80 voters have been listed. What the case is that these are the fake voters who have been added into this particular constituency.
Okay, so does it mean that essentially what Rahul Gandhi claimed was true, that 80 people were actually registered as voters from this one address, house number 35, which essentially is just a little room? What does the Election Commission have to say about this? Let me go across straight to Imran, who has spoken to them as well. Imran, we just saw that interview you did of the person, the one man who lives in house number 35, which essentially is a room. Does it mean then, given the fact that you didn't count 80 people there, that there is some substance to the claim that Rahul Gandhi has made, that how can 80 people be registered from this one little room, and there is some sort of fraud that has gone on?
Well, absolutely. We went to the spot at house number 35 where this one person, Dipankar, who is a delivery boy, is staying. And we asked him the question about, and also the owner of the house, Jairam, over this particular issue. Now, he said, the Rahul Gandhi has said that 80 people have been registered as voters from that particular address, house Kohli number 35, and then they voted in the election. Now we spoke to the block level officer of the Election Commission over this particular incident, and she says that yes, there are 80 people registered. They have not been deleted yet. They should have been done. But what she said that only one person has voted. What she claims is that it's a cumulative account of 80 voters. It's not a one-time voter. Over the period, several people have stayed that in the house because it's very, very close to the IT hub, and a lot of people come to that area as daily wage workers, sometimes work in jobs, and they move out. So most of them lived at 6 months to 1 year in that particular area. Okay. And in fact, Dipankar, the person we spoke to, also was staying for almost just 1 month. He had moved into that particular house. And the official said that it could have been cumulative number of 80, not that 80 people who have voted in that election. But she claims that yes, all of 80 people had their voter IDs. So it's a claim. What Rahul Gandhi's claim is true. In a sense, we can say that 80 people have been registered as voters. But whether they have voted or not, Election Commission claims that only one person has voted. But what Rahul Gandhi has claimed that 80 people who got that voter ID have voted for BJP using that voter ID there.
Okay, so the Election Commission is essentially claiming that, okay, yes, 80 people were registered from one address, but only one person has actually voted, not all 80. Let's see if the opposition buys that explanation. Imran, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, so the leader of the opposition has made a charge backed with data and proof. Now, the least we expect from the Election Commission is a press conference with a point-by-point rebuttal. Has that come? Alas, not. Neither has an official response. All we have is the Election Commission asking Rahul Gandhi to pledge under oath that the problems in the electoral rolls he has pointed out are true. Now, the Election Commission says if he doesn't do that, it means he is not telling the truth, and so he needs to apologize to the nation. Rahul Gandhi today responded to that. Listen in.
मुझसे इलेक्शन कमीशन एफिडेविट मांगता है, मुझसे कहता है कि मुझे ओथ लेना है। मैंने पार्लियामेंट के सामने, पार्लियामेंट के अंदर ओथ लिया है, इस संविधान के सामने ओथ लिया है, इस पर हाथ डाल के वोट लिया है, इस पे हाथ डालकर ओथ लिया है। राहुल बाबा, आप संविधान लेकर घूम रहे हो, तनिक उसको खोलकर पढ़ भी लो। घुसपैठियों को इस देश की चुनावी प्रक्रिया में हिस्सा नहीं लेना है, और इसीलिए वो SIR का विरोध कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि घुसपैठिए इनकी वोट बैंक है।
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, another fact check by the Election Commission this evening. Rahul Gandhi, a few hours ago, had asked the Election Commission what the problem is in releasing digitized voter lists to them, which are easily readable. To that, this is the Election Commission's response. They are calling it a fact check. Essentially, their explanation is, why should we provide you machine-readable voter list when it was rejected by the Supreme Court of India when Kamal Nath had come to the Election Commission asking for the same. This happened in 2019. The Supreme Court of India ruled that there is absolutely no need for the Election Commission to give the opposition, specifically the Congress party, any digitized voter lists. So why should we give it to you now? The second fact check is coming on the Mahadevapura allegations that have been made, specifically Rahul Gandhi saying, give us CCTV footage, give us video footage so that we can analyze it and see if there has been any fraud. To that, what the Election Commission is saying, that under the rules, under the laws of India, the rules are very clear. The rules are, and I'm just reading off my phone, this is what they've just tweeted out. The rules are very clear. It says that if a candidate has a problem with the election, he can always challenge the election within 45 days in the High Court. Why did the Mahadevapura candidate, or I beg your pardon, why did the Central Bangalore Congress candidate not go to the court? So that is one thing that the Election Commission is pointing out. They are also saying, as far as CCTV footage is concerned, even if we gave you CCTV footage of 1 lakh booths in this country, what would you even do with them? They are saying, and this is a question they are asking, because they say to go through 1 lakh booths means you'll have to have 1 lakh days to do the exercise. That essentially will translate into 273 years. And that will have absolutely no legal outcome possible. So essentially they are saying, even if we release the CCTV footage to you, it's essentially a pointless exercise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are two principal players here. There is the Congress party led by Rahul Gandhi, and there is the Election Commission. The credibility of both their claims, counterclaims, fact checks rest on how they take the story forward. The Election Commission, there are charges that have been made against the Election Commission. Rahul Gandhi has backed his claims with proof. Will the Election Commission step out, hold a press conference like Rahul Gandhi did, and give a point-by-point rebuttal to what he has said? That will be important to see. If it keeps quiet, we'll all simply be guessing and thinking to ourselves, dal mein kuch kala to nahi hai. Secondly, about Rahul Gandhi. If he is so convinced about the fact that the data he has presented and his analysis about vote chori is absolutely bang on, if he's so convinced of it, why does he not take it to the courts? Why doesn't he mount a legal challenge against the Election Commission? That is a question I'm going to ask my guest this evening. Siddharth Yadav is spokesperson of the BJP. Advocate Harsh Dhaiya is a political analyst. Brijesh Kalappa is spokesperson of the Congress party, and A. Sarvanan is spokesperson of the DMK. Siddharth Yadav, I'm coming to you first, and I'm coming to you based on what our reporter Imran Khan has found in Mahadevapura. You saw the report as well. He has gone to house number 35 and found that only one person lives there, but 80 people have been registered there. Just based on this one fact, Mr. Yadav, should the Election Commission investigate Central Bangalore and the elections that were held there? Maybe there is some truth to the 1 lakh vote chori allegations Rahul Gandhi is making.
No, I have no objections to accepting the fact that if allegations are made, then investigation should be done. But how are the allegations made? Can allegations be made just in press conferences? Just by sitting in your drawing room? Roaming around in your garden and then saying that we are questioning the entire electoral process of our country? How can a leader of opposition come on a stage and say, and I find it very funny when he says that I have taken the oath of the Constitution while I was sworn in as an MP, so I need not take any oath. So when you go to the Supreme Court and I'm a practicing lawyer, you don't sign an affidavit. You don't take an oath. So an MP who has taken an oath now doesn't have to take any oath in the country. That is the real question. If Rahul Gandhi believes that his allegations are true, I do not find any reason for him to not claim the same under oath. Because under oath, the country runs on rules and the constitution of our country. There is a section 23B of the electoral rules, which any person can go and claim that electoral rolls are wrong, were wrongly prepared. But when you do so, there's a section 31 of the People's Representation Act, which has to hold you accountable. Because nobody just can come out and say that the entire process is flawed, because when we lose an election, the process is flawed. When we win, there's no problem, absolutely. So that is my point number one. Point number two, even if I believe that whatever Rahul Gandhi is saying, that is true, and I believe your report to be true, without an oath, I take that with a pinch of salt, but I believe that. How does this data come out that 80 people voted in that election? How did Rahul Gandhi get that data? 80 people can be registered on one house.
The election, at least the block election officer is saying there is nothing to prove that 80 people voted from that one house, but there is nothing to disprove that either.
And no, Shreya, there is. We must understand, and I'll tell you what the procedure of voting is.
Then has the election commission stepped out and said this is blatantly untrue? No.
And they should, and they would, and Rahul Gandhi also should come under oath and say this. Now, why am I pressing on this, Shreya, and I speak this as a citizen of our country? This is about the election process of my country. I cannot let anybody, and be it Rahul Gandhi,
but this is not anybody. Mr. Yadav, this is not anybody.
I know he's nobody.
This is the leader of the opposition.
Give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. I know it's not just an anybody. He's the son of the biggest dynasty family of our country. He thinks that he's above law. He thinks that he owns the country. The family has ruled the country for so long, and that is why they think that whatever they say has to be done so. He has to be held accountable. What is the problem? And I find it a serious problem when Rahul Gandhi says, I would not do it under oath. What are you hiding? What is the fear inside the heart of Rahul Gandhi that he can't come on oath? Point number one. Point number two, I'll just complete in 5 seconds. This is the entire problem why SIR has to be done. When in Bihar such problems have to be eradicated and a serious investigation have to be done and SIR has to be done, you would oppose that. You would also oppose people who are having multiple addresses, multiple voter ID cards. How do we want to solve the problem? But Rahul Gandhi doesn't want to solve the problem.
No, the election commission is saying that Rahul Gandhi has actually made a case for SIR all across the country, but that still doesn't answer my question. Brijesh Kalappa, okay, opinion is divided about the election commission rules that are being talked about anyone having a problem with the electoral rolls, signing an affidavit, swearing an oath that the data that he has presented to the election commission or she has presented to the election commission is true as far as that person knows. But I thought this was honestly applicable only within 30 days of the electoral rolls being published. In this case, the election हुए हुए 15 महीने हो गए हैं. So does this rule where the election commission is asking Mr. Rahul Gandhi to swear under oath really hold or not? As I said, opinion is divided, but Brijesh Kalappa, irrespective of legal opinion being divided, Mr. Gandhi is completely convinced of the investigations he has done in this one constituency and this one assembly seat, right? Mahadevapura. He's completely convinced. He has based his entire logic and argument on the election commission's own data. So according to him, what he has presented to the public in a press conference is foolproof. Hai na? If that is the case, the election commission is saying, bhai, come and sign an affidavit and take an oath and we'll investigate the matter. Why not do it? Why give them a chance not to investigate and get away with it?
See, Shreya, I think the first thing is that asking for an affidavit or a very serious charge, I think is rather juvenile. And I don't think the election commission should be asking for such an affidavit. Because as you know, the election commission is not a court of record. And if it's not a court of record, they have no business to ask for an affidavit. One. Two, this is not an election petition in that sense. And therefore, this is not an election petition which he's, filing, which has to be accompanied by an affidavit. Then the third thing is that the Representation of People's Act, under which the Election Commission draws its powers, doesn't empower them to ask for an affidavit. So I think first thing is that the asking of an affidavit is rather juvenile. And I think the Election Commission would have been, far more mature if they had actually started answering the questions. Now, there are extremely serious charges, and it appears that the fact that they are asking for an affidavit, why has he not been sworn in as a member of parliament? Is he not the leader of opposition? Is he not saying what he's saying from a public platform? Is he not being heard by lakhs and crores of people? So at this point, to say that, look, give me an affidavit and only then I will hear you, I think is neither here nor there. Basically, it appears that the Election Commission does not have the answers. The first part is that when he speaks about 80 people being in a particular residence and the local, election officer says that, no, these people have perhaps not voted and so on and so forth. This goes to the nub of the issue. What is the issue? Issue is that Mr. Gandhi is asking for one electronically readable list of voters, one, and two, he's asking for the CCTV footage. Can they not be correlated? Can the CCTV footage of a particular booth not be correlated to the voters? Can it not then be done? Because ultimately, if you're going to do it yourself, see, every time,
Okay.
Mr. 1 minute, Shreya, 1 minute. Every time Mr. Gandhi asks for something, Election Commission says, no, the Supreme Court has not allowed. So what does it mean? It means you are blocking information. We are in a transparent age where every information is has to be made available to every citizen.
Good point.
What is the Election Commission doing? They are continuously blocking every single thing you say, ask for. They say no, then you give an affidavit. So what does it mean? It means that they are trying to hide information at the behest of Mr. Modi and his government.
Okay, you want 10 seconds, but
I need to.
Okay,
I
go
need
ahead.
to fact check my friend. I need to fact check my learned friend from Congress Party. I quoted section 23B of the preparation.
That is only in the case
rules.
of an election petition, my friend.
Sir, please.
That is only in the case of an election petition.
Sir, please, sir, let the viewers hear out the section. The section says inquiry into claims and objections. The subsection B says require that the evidence tendered by any person shall be given on oath and administer an oath for the purpose. Sir, the list that Rahul Gandhi is presenting, who knows what the list is? Who knows where the list came from? Who knows what the names in the list are? Who would know that? And point number one. Point number two.
Then let the Election Commission investigate, na? Agar jhoot bol raha hai, let the Election Commission investigate. They have all digitized
then
data.
do what? And then do what? If it's not
the
under
opposition
oath,
does not have.
if it is not under oath, if a political leader in the country is making claims which is not under oath, the Election Commission will investigate like it has done.
And under oath क्या होता है? And under oath क्या होता है, honestly, Mr. Yadav? I mean, the guy has done a press conference. He has repeated his claim multiple times in front of 500 cameras. What do you mean? What do you mean? He needs to be held accountable. He will be held accountable by the people of this country if the Election Commission says झूठ बोल रहा है.
No, I appreciate it. पहले आप ईवीएम पे बोलो, वो आप साबित नहीं कर पाओ, फिर आप घर जाके चुपचाप बैठ जाओ. फिर आप सीसीटीवी पे बोलो, आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाओ, आप साबित ना कर पाओ, आप घर जाके चुपचाप बैठ जाओ. फिर आप वोटर डिलीशन पे बोलो, साबित ना कर पाओ, घर जाके चुपचाप बैठ जाओ. Is this the new fashion in our country? A leader of opposition is obsessed with the Election Commission.
Asking questions should never go out of fashion because it will be very harmful for our democracy. But Advocate Harsh Dhaya, before I get in Mr. Saravanan, Advocate Harsh Dhaya, please respond to what Brijesh Kalappa is saying. What is the problem? 1 minute. What is the problem? What does Rahul Gandhi want? He wants digitized data of the entire electoral roll of this country. It's not a national secret, na? It is a property of this country, and if the leader of the opposition wants it, why say no? Number two, he wants CCTV footage. To say we need to find out, we need to analyze it and see if there was any vote chori happening. If there were multiple people voting in multiple booths. Okay? It's not an unreasonable demand. Why say no?
Shreya, can I start?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, just 2-3 fair points. When you talk about digital list, obviously it's a fair ask. He can do that. He's a member of parliament. He's leader of opposition, and he must do that. But there is a fair process to get ahead with it. And the second thing, CCTV footage. There have been, like you likely mentioned, that the election that he's talking about, central Bangalore, it's been 15 months. There is a law of the land which allows him or the person over there who was contesting that particular election to go to
Correct.
High Court to challenge the election within 45 days. If they were sleeping at that particular time and now they are trying to find issues out of nothing, out of thin air, then which court will entertain that? Now, second thing, my second point is that, what is Rahul Gandhi trying to do? When he says that, okay, I'll not administer an affidavit, I'll not administer an oath, is he above the law? When he says that he believes in this holy book, which is the constitution of the country, then he should follow it. And if the constitution of the country, if the law of the land requires him to administer an oath, administer an affidavit, then what is the problem? What is the issue that he's facing? It's a small us. Because already, let me complete, already all the issues that he has pointed out, they are in the eye of the public. He has given public statements for that. For the courts or for any agency, be it election commission or anyone to investigate that, they would require some substantial proof.
Here's the thing I find a little baffling. There are some serious charges that have been made. Instead of giving pointed answers on those serious questions that have been asked, all I have got mostly from the election commission is oath naili. And that is exactly what you are repeating on the show as well. Why has he not taken oath? Why has he not taken the point is that he has made some
issue for me.
No, the point is he has made some very serious allegations. The allegations are not completely off mark, as our ground report has shown in central Bangalore. But there have been no pointed answers to that. Mr. Saravanan, the point is, you can call the election commission compromised. You can present any amount of data you want in front of 500 television channels and make the claims that you're making. Ultimately, what happens with these claims? The election commission is in no mood to investigate it. The BJP, the ruling dispensation, is saying that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is lying, right? What's the logical next step? The logical next step is take the matter to court. Why is Mr. Gandhi and the Congress party, if they're so convinced of their case, not taking the matter to court?
See, our democracy is based on universal adult franchise. When you destroy that, you are destroying the essence of democracy. There is no democracy. It is a sham. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi is exposing how the election commission is in cahoots with the BJP, and they stole the election. See, he was speaking about this Bengaluru Central. Bengaluru Central, 5 constituencies, 82,000 votes. The Congress is leading. And in this particular Mahadevapura, 1 lakh fake votes are there. And they win the election by 1,05,000 votes. The BJP is getting there. 80. They say in a particular place there are 80 votes in a single place. And what is the answer for the BJP? Oh, do you know all of them voted? How did this happen in the first place? Why have you not prevented? Let us go back. Oh, the Supreme Court has said this. Supreme Court said, don't give digital data. The Supreme Court said, please have the Chief Justice of India also in the selection panel. What did Mr. Modi do? What did the BJP government do? They did not listen to the Supreme Court. They said, no, we will not want the office of CJI to select the election commissioner. We will have the leader of opposition, we will have the Prime Minister, and we will have one more cabinet minister who is none other than the chamcha of the Prime Minister. And we have a compromised election commissioner. And now, you were talking about a fact-checking. Fact-checking done by the election commission. 45 days we will have this, then we will destroy. You know what the election commission did? What conspiracy? That's why I'm saying the election commission is in conspiracy, is in cahoots with the BJP and undermining the democracy. What they did in December 2024? They said they made an amendment. Until then,
Mr. Saravanan, but I'll have you know.
Just a moment, Shreya. Everybody had access to video footage. Everybody had access to the electors visiting the polls. Everything they had access. Overnight, that rule was amended. Why? Because they know they'll be in trouble. This is a bigger scam. Another aspect is, why is Mr. Modi silent? His silence is deafening. Such a serious allegation. What is he doing? What is more important than this?
Just a minute. There are important things that he is dealing with. For example, the Americans have put the trade deal with India on a pause. That is something that is a bit of a worry. So I'm sure he has other things to deal about. Mr. Amit Shah has responded. No, Mr. Amit Shah has responded. He's saying Rahul Gandhi needs to stop telling lies. Now, if Mr. Rahul Gandhi is telling lies, my point is simple. If the government believes that Rahul Gandhi is telling lies, then they need to tell the Election Commission, bhai, please debunk all that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said. But Mr. Saravanan, I'll have you know that there have been 4 elections in central Bangalore, which is the epicenter of this vote chori allegation. Do you know the party that has won all 4 elections since 2009 in central Bangalore? The BJP, not the Congress. So when the Congress is saying that there has been vote chori and the election in central Bangalore has been stolen away from us, we also, please investigate charges. I'm not saying don't investigate charges. But what I'm saying is please also keep in mind that this constituency since 2009 has been won by the BJP.
Yes, Shreya, just a moment. That is what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said. There is a concept called anti-incumbency. So how did the BJP just debunk this? How can they just overcome this alone? He says 100 seats. And again, the devil is in the detail. Only because they have not given this digital data, the ECI is escaping. And I'm not sure, but there are a lot of information, lot of allegations in social media that the Election Commission's voter roll, all those data are not accessible now. The Election Commission should come clear on that. Everybody are posting pictures that they are not able to access the vote. What are they trying to delete? Why are they trying to delete? See, in a democracy, transparency is paramount. And you are sounding death knell to transparency and say, this is a vibrant democracy.
Mr. Yadav, if the Election Commission of India doesn't share with the opposition parties in this country something that is national property, which is the electoral rolls in a digitized form, then people will question, why, kuch gadbad to nahi hai? When the Election Commission says, sorry, we can't give you CCTV, again the people of this country will ask, why kuch gadbad to nahi hai? Maybe there is no gadbad. But the Election Commission needs to come out and tell us there is no gadbad. It cannot speak via fact checks that really fact check nothing, and it cannot hide behind sources. So they need to come out. And Rahul Gandhi, if he's serious about these allegations, one of the things he can do is sign that oath that the Election Commission wants him to, or take the matter to court. And that will really honestly reflect on the credibility of both the parties at hand. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Brijesh Kalappa, for joining us. Advocate Harsh Dhaya, thank you very much. Siddharth Yadav, good to have you on the show. And Brijesh Kalappa, good to have you on the show as well. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm slipping into a break. There's more news on the other side. Do stay with us.